Hello and welcome to WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. There's an event coming up in 2 weekends from now that you might want to participate in or at least make a donation to, and that is the Patoka Valley Aids Walk. And joining me in the studio are two ladies who are working on that AIDS Walk, and that's Doreen Lechner. Doreen, welcome to the show.
Thank you. And
Kelly Johnson with Vincennes University Jasper Campus Student Activities Committee. Let's start off with Doreen. How long has this walk been going on?
I believe we started the walk in 2004, our own walk. We'd walked in other walks prior to that. But we established ours in 2004. At that time, we were affiliated with St. Joseph's Hospital, who was our fiduciary sponsor. And then when that organization disbanded, we ended up not having the walk for a couple of years while we got our own 501c3. And since then, we've done the walk.
Okay, and this is the Patoka Valley AIDS Walk, and it will be held not this weekend, but the next weekend, the next Saturday, which is, let's talk about the dates and times.
Okay.
April the 20th is when we're going to be having the walks on a Saturday, and then restoration's at 9:30, and the walk is at 10.
Okay, and people are walking how far?
They're walking approximately, I would say, if they do the extended route, we actually have two routes we're going to walk. We're going to start at the Ruxer Center on campus and then walk along the extension to College Avenue, past the new building there, and over to Bonert Park and do the walking track at Bonert Park, come back, and those that want to continue the walk will walk along the cross-country trail that is on the university property and the Art Center property. And if you do the extended walk, I would say that's comparable to a 5K.
Okay, so people are probably walking maybe an hour to 2 hours, depending on which way they walk.
Yeah, probably about an hour.
Yeah, I would say
now,
that.
Obviously, this is an event that's done to raise funds. And what sort of funds are you looking for people to do? Do they need to do pledges? Do they need to sign up now? Can they sign up that day? Do you need the money ahead of time? All the little details like that.
The money will be turned in that day. We do have pledge forms and envelopes that are available at the university, and that's to collect pledges and as well as just your own. But anyone can walk, and we'll take people registering that day. Anyone who contributes $20 or more will get a T-shirt, and so that's.
But we would love for people to get teams. I mean, if you get a team together, then you all can go out there and you can walk and actually enjoy being with family and friends and so forth.
So, and there are prizes for teams, for the most walkers in the teams with the most amount of money raised, and they're also for individuals, but we do have prizes that we give for that.
Okay, and there's really no set structure as to you have to give this much, you have to give this much, you have to do this. But if you give $20, you get a cool T-shirt that you'll get to wear.
Absolutely.
Okay, and you can do that the day of. You don't necessarily have to do the pledge ahead of time.
That's correct.
Okay, how many people do you expect? How did it go last year compared to?
I think it went well last year. We had over, what, 50?
Okay.
Yeah, we had. I'd say that our two biggest have been last year's, and then we did one a couple years ago up in Paoli that was well attended.
And this is the Patoka Valley AIDS Walk.
That's correct.
Patoka Valley meaning what area?
It's sponsored by Patoka Valley AIDS Community Action Group as well as University Student Services. Our area of service is Du Bois County and all the contiguous counties.
Okay.
So that is our area. That's where we offer emergency client funds and where our care coordination efforts are based.
Well, that leads me then to the next thing is, what happens with the money that is raised at this walk?
The money goes to the Patoka Valley AIDS Community Action Group for providing services which include prevention information. We do health fairs and distribute brochures and are available for presentations. And we have an emergency client fund, which we offer emergency support for clients who have exhausted other means of funding for things like health care, transportation, and some other things.
This seems like one of the few sort of support programs around that I think for AIDS in the area, and obviously there's a need for it then. Is that why this is really important that you raise funds?
It really is. You know, there's not a lot of services. We work with a couple agencies out of Evansville, but in the terms of the more rural areas, there really isn't a lot of focus on clients who are affected by HIV and AIDS.
That's why I'm really impressed with this organization. I met the money stays here locally. It helps people in Du Bois County and the surrounding areas. So I mean, anything that is donated into the Patoka Valley AIDS group, the money goes back to the individuals and family here in our county. So that's one of the things that's really impressive. I mean, 100%, I mean, at least you know where your money's going.
Right, staying right here and helping people here.
Absolutely.
Why did each of you become involved?
I became involved, my brother passed away. He had AIDS and he passed away in '94. And I became involved with the group. A couple years after that, they needed someone who had some graphic information, and by way of a couple other people, I was approached. And, you know, my concern has a lot to do with prevention. If my brother had been offered the services that we try to make sure that people have access to, he wouldn't have passed away, certainly, as soon as he did. And perhaps if he'd had some of that prevention, he may not have ever gotten AIDS. So.
As far as myself, to be honest, I had a friend who passed away of AIDS back in 1984. So I've always been aware of certain things and everything. But with being involved with VUJC, the student activity and student government got involved, and so it kind of hit a little bit closer to home. So that's the reason why I really like working with Doreen a little bit more now, because of the fact that I did have a friend who passed away.
With the Patoka Valley, what's the name of the organization? Patoka Valley Community.
Patoka Valley AIDS Community Action Group.
Okay, is that a volunteer organization that people can join? Is it a?
Absolutely, we're a totally volunteer organization. There's a network of community action groups throughout the state. They were established in the late '80s through state mandate, and we received some funding from them. We actually receive funding from Broadway Cares as well, which really helps us provide the services that we provide. But yeah, we're always looking for volunteers. We're always looking for board members. Anyone is encouraged to help.
Okay, so I guess the next thing is, if somebody wants information on the AIDS Walk or on the Action Committee, how can they get that information? Go online?
Yeah.
For the walk itself, we have a donation site online.
Okay.
It's patokavalley.kintera.org.
Okay, you better spell Kintera.
Kintera.
Okay.
And that is our website. Or you can just do a search for Patoka Valley AIDS Walk, and it'll link you to that site.
Okay.
And if they want to know more information about the walk, they can call the Student Activities Office at VUJC, and they can get their forms there, or if they just want to figure out the time, or if they forgot about the time, they can just call and we can give them the information about that.
Okay. And same with the committee, they just probably show up on Saturdays, one way to get involved.
That's the best thing. Otherwise, they can contact me at dr_Lechner, Lechner, @hotmail.com, and I'll get that information passed along.
Okay, and we want to recap that you can start forming teams now, or you yourself, if you'd like to do the walk. It's Saturday, April 20th, 9:30 is registration at the parking lot in front of the Ruxer Center, right?
Right,
okay.
Correct.
And, you know, just bring some cash, bring some money, make a donation. If you make a donation of $20 or more, you'll get a T-shirt. That pretty well sum it up?
It does.
Pretty much. So we want more teams.
More teams, more
more
people.
teams.
More teams, more walkers.
Well, ladies, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, Mr.
Our
Potter.
guests have been Doreen Lechner and Kelly Johnson. They're involved with the Patoka Valley AIDS Walk, which is coming up Saturday, April 20th. Make sure that you participate. Go online and Google it. That's probably the easiest way to get information. Thank you for watching WJTS in.form. We are local people watching local people.